Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Muhammad Yusuf, and you're now watching TVS News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. Now, yesterday's date is one for the history books as Sarawak launches the second largest museum in Southeast Asia. Located in the epicenter of Kuching, the Borneo Cultural Museum BCM will be one of Sarawak's high-potential economic catalysts. Besides contributing to the state's economy, the museum can also serve as a bridge to entwine both culture and creativity to promote growth in the creative culture industry, CCI. According to the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Petinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, economic growth via culture is a proven concept and is responsible for the development of many developed countries.
For example, the famed Bilbao Congressional Museum in Spain, opened in 1997, has created a tremendous effect that has become a stimulating environment for the entire city's development. Nearer to us in Asia, the National Museum of China in Beijing and the Shanghai Science and Technology Museum received over 14.4 million visitors in 2018 and are undeniably strong pull factors in drawing tourists, thus boosting the city's economic growth. These are the kinds of positive outcomes that the Sarawak government is aiming for when the Sarawak Museum Campus Initiative was approved in 2014. The cost of setting up the campus at 323 million ringgit should be seen as a long-term investment to boost our economy, that of Kuching in particular, as a gateway to the southern part of Sarawak.
Abang Johari is also confident that BCM will drive an impactful economic growth to its surrounding area, whilst its strategic location will lead to an increase of accessibility for the area's development in the near future. Now, Sarawak have achieved yet another milestone to establish the first museum in Malaysia with an official green building recognition through the Borneo Cultural Museum BCM. Such acknowledgement goes hand in hand with Sarawak's recent achievement as the first state in Malaysia to be participating in the Global Destination Sustainability Index, or GDS Index.
In line with National Tourism Policy 2020 to 2030, the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Sarawak is devoted to the promotion of responsible and sustainable tourism based on the principle of competitiveness, sustainability and inclusiveness to place Malaysia as a global top 10 tourism destination.
Karim hopes the opening of BCM will continue to inspire more efforts not only for the construction industry, but also in others such as the manufacturing, agriculture, transport and more industries to develop more environmental-friendly products. On to the next news. One dilapidated school in Dalat, known as SK Kampung Tanam Dalat, will see its replacement completed by November 2022. The school, built with a total expense of 21.84 million ringgit, is a project implemented under the federal government via the Ministry of Education MOE, is behind schedule by 45%. According to the Deputy Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development, Insigne Aidil Lariwu, the main factor leading to the project's late delivery was due to the low land area.
Kita kategorikan sebagai projek sakit. Tapi mengambil kira segala halangan-halangan dari segi kerja-kerja permulaan, dari segi kontrak, mungkinlah ada lanjutan masa yang akan diberi nanti, yang akan mungkin dapat diselaraskan semula kiraan kelewatan, dan yang paling penting sekali semua komponen-komponen bangunan telah dibangunkan di tapak bina, dan cuma menunggu masa untuk kontraktor mengintensifikan lagi lah dia punya resources dan manpower lah untuk memajukan lagi projek ini ke fizikal yang lebih baik lah pada sedikit masa lagi lah.
The project's initial delivery was scheduled on May 2022. Upon completion, the school will be equipped with an administration and academic block, one preschool block, one canteen, teachers' quarters, and one security hut. Now the government will be doing a follow-up to address issues relating to sick projects in the state. Among the factors contributing to the project delay, other than the COVID-19 pandemic, are labor factors and the price of goods.
Semua kontraktor mengalami macam-macam masalah dari segi pekerja. Kemudian ditambah lagi dengan sedikit masalah kenaikan harga barang pada masa sekarang lah. Dengan masalah pekerja ni, umum kita mengetahui sektor pembinaan adalah yang paling terjejas, di samping sektor peladangan juga, tapi sektor pembinaan yang paling terjejas, kerana boleh dikatakan kebanyakan pekerja adalah foreign workers, pekerja daripada negara luar.
Deputy Minister for Infrastructure and Port Development, Insinyur Aidil Lariwu, said the price increase has also forced the government to cover additional costs. Therefore, to ensure smooth implementation of the projects, his ministry and contractors involved are identifying solutions to address these sick projects.
Namun demikian, pihak kontraktor kita lihat juga berusaha untuk mencari kaedah ideal macam mana untuk menambah kerja di tapak bina. Ya. Ini cuma sebahagian, banyak lagi projek-projek sakit, projek tenat yang kita akan mengatur strategi macam mana untuk menyiapkan melalui beberapa kaedah, sama ada menggunakan kontraktor penyiap ataupun melalui kaedah procurement yang JKR biasa lakukan.
Welcome back. Good news. Malaysia is expected to receive its first shipment of the COVID-19 oral antiviral treatment known as Paxlovid by Pfizer in 2 weeks. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said for the first phase of the procurement, Malaysia had purchased 110,000 patient courses to be given to high-risk individuals.
Ada dua lagi yang mungkin kita akan beli, Molnupiravir dan juga satu lagi daripada AZ. Tapi itu belum lagi kita muktamad. Yang muktamad adalah yang Paxlovid tu daripada Pfizer.
He told reporters after launching the National Kidney Foundation NKF 16th Annual Dialysis Conference. Meanwhile, in his speech earlier, Khairi suggested a new feature in the My Sejahtera application, which allows the public to pledge to become organ donors. Adding further, he said the move was necessary with the increase in chronic kidney disease patients in the country, while the number of individuals who pledged to be organ donors are declining. According to Khairi, more than 40,000 chronic kidney patients relied on dialysis treatment in 2016, and based on projections, if the trend is not reduced, the number of patients is expected to increase to 100,000 people. He said measures for the prevention and detection of chronic diseases through health screening should also be promoted, whereby the government had implemented the healthcare scheme for the B40 or PEKA B40 to help the group undergo health screening for free. Now, as of Friday, March 6, a total of 974,355 children have been vaccinated with the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine via the National COVID-19 Immunization Program for Kids, or PICKIDS. Based on COVID Now's website, the data covers 27.4% population of children aged 5 to 11 years old in Malaysia. For the booster doses, a total of 14.9 million individuals, or 63.55%, have received the extra immunity, while 22.95 million people have completed the two-dose vaccination regime. Those who have received their first dose have increased slightly, though nearing completion, where 98.8% or 23.2% have been inoculated. For teenagers aged 12 to 17 years old, only a remainder of 9.9% from the age group have not completed their two-dose vaccination, bringing a total of 90.1% or 2.8 million inoculated teenagers. The statistics for teenagers who have received their first dose is slightly higher, with a total of 2.9 million or 93.2%. On March 6, a total of 81,724 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine were administered. 21,129 were of the first dose, 1,516 were second dose, and 57,079 were booster doses. Now, hundreds of fleeing refugees consisting of women and children have arrived in Romania as the Ukraine-Russia war continues. Now, there's a lack of men in their ranks as those of conscription age were left behind to fight. To date, approximately over 660,000 refugees have fled the war-torn country, described as hell-like.
In Ukraine, it's like a hell. We don't know what to do. That's why we cross to another country. So we don't know what would be tomorrow. So we're running. My husband stays in Ukraine because there's no possibility to cross for man who is under 60 years, so of course he stood in Ukraine.
I couldn't take my husband with me, of course, and he's trying to get to my home city, Dnipro, and my mom is in Dnipro too. They have air raids, they are hiding in the bomb shelters. For now it is like safe, relatively safe, but they have air raids, sirens all the time because they are coming. The thing which hurts me a lot when the Russians, also the relatives in Russia or just people in Russia, they say it's not true. I want to spread the word. Guys, what facts do you need? I can get you real-time videos, naming the date from my relatives and to show you what is happening. They're not fake videos. Nothing is fake except for the propaganda you have.
Romania, a member of the European Union (EU) and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, shares a 650-kilometer with Ukraine. With an increasing number of refugees, EU predicts the war can displace more than 7 million people. And that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. Once again, I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Have a good day ahead.